Sources tell ABC News a Virginia man's under arrest in connection to pipe bombs placed at Republican and Democratic national committees ahead of the attack on the Capitol on January 6th. Investigators have been trying to crack this case for almost 5 years, even offering a $500,000 reward. Now sources say the suspect is in custody. Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas and ABC News contributor, former FBI agent Brad Garrett, are here for more on this. Pierre, why 5 years? What was so challenging about this case?
The main thing, Diane, is that the suspected would-be bomber, if you will, left so little evidence behind. Like, they did have the bombs themselves, but they were made from materials that were easy to purchase, that could be purchased at any common convenience store or hardware store. That was an issue. But the main issue, as you can see from the surveillance footage, is that this person had a hood on. They were wearing a mask, which was not uncommon at the time because of COVID, all the concerns about COVID. They were wearing gloves, and they were just having real difficulty trying to figure out, you know, a narrative and a connection to who might have done this. So that is one of the main things, Diane, that I'll be looking for today. What was this new evidence? How did they find this person? Was it a vehicle that was in the area? Was it through cell phone communications? That's going to be fascinating to see after, as you said, nearly a half a decade of not finding this person.
How do agents deal with that when you have so little evidence, at least on the surface, in a case this important?
Well, I think that here in this situation, they do what they've relied upon for so many years. They looked at thousands of hours worth of, videotapes. They did more than 1,000 interviews. They followed up on more than 600 tips. So this was a pretty massive investigation, Diane. And the key was just keeping following the leads. And as the FBI has said many times before, their memory is long. We'll see if they've got the goods.
Brad, what's the threshold for how much evidence you need to finally decide to bring charges in a case like this?
So you have to link, obviously, this suspect to the crime and to the pipe bombs. So, for example, are there any fingerprints or DNA? Once they figured out that they may be onto the right guy, does that match? As they have gone backwards now, after they figured out this is maybe their guy, that has he said anything to anybody else? You know, Diane, what happens in cases, it's happened in a number of cold cases I've worked, is that when you go back and re-interview people, it's been 5 years. Somebody that told you X may now tell you Y because they're connected to this alleged bomber some way. And it's basically perseverance and luck to a certain extent. Did somebody just happen to call in and that's what broke this case? Maybe. Sometimes it's that simple. But it's all about just staying with it and turning the wheel every day until you finally get enough information saying, this is the guy who did this, and here is the probable cause, because that's what the federal magistrate's going to look at as to whether you have enough to go arrest this person.
All right, Pierre Thomas, Brad Garrett, thank you both.